Hey guys, Al with Al's Lawn Care here. Today we are doing some more advertising. I want to introduce you to my helpers. We've got a helper back there. We've got another one up here. These are my sisters, and they so nicely volunteered. I didn't have to bribe them at all. Yeah, I had to bribe them. I'm buying them lunch, but they nicely volunteered to come along. But you know, they're out here helping me today, so that's great. You said you wanted to talk to the camera.
No, I just wanted to say that these cards here are a pain in the butt to put out, but because you know you gotta run up to the door, and you gotta put it on the door, and then yeah, I keep running into the door for some reason, and she just sits back here and hands them to me, and she still gets free lunch. What's up with that? Guys, it's been a hot minute now.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah, everybody says that.
No.
You never heard anybody say that?
I've heard people say that.
So what zip code would you have them send it to?
Shh, I'm videoing. So, Alan, how you feeling?
Hungry?
Yeah, I'm getting hungry.
You guys have just been sitting here.
Hey, I've run for, you know, like 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, I know. Give me some sugar, love. Okay, guys, I'm gonna show you what I do. Okay, come with me. Okay. Oh man. Okay. So you run and you run and you run and you run. Then you take this thing yeah, that was awkward. Run!
Can I just say, your camera work, flawless.
So, little background on myself. I'm this lovely human sister.
You're a human sister?
Yes. I'm not a robot citizen. I'm not Amish. I used to work with him for a little bit until...
Hold on, Kendra. I'll get to it when we actually do part of the video, okay? We'll get there. You save it. Think about what you're going to say.
I used to work with him. I gotta think about my channel, Alan. I don't have a channel, guys, but gotta think about it. Guard me! Be back. I'm not taking you with me this time.
Still excellent footage.
Relying very heavily on the editing process.
Anyway, I worked with him for a couple months until it started snowing and the weather got too bad. Then I got another job and decided I'm not going back because, well, for one, I didn't think he was going to go back either. But now I can. But I like my new job.
Okay, I might say but you say but. Yeah! How's there dust? It's been raining for like ever.
Oh no, my viewers. Sorry, guys.
Okay, it has been several days since we were putting out those first batch of postcards. We didn't get very many of them put out just because it's so time consuming, and we ran a little bit short on time for that day. But anyways, I did get one call back from those cards. Unfortunately, it was from a rental agency we have in here. I've been avoiding, or trying to avoid, putting cards on their houses, and apparently I missed that a few of the houses I put cards on were actually that rental agency's houses. And so they called me up and told me that some of their places have rules against cards and they prefer I not put any cards on their places. So it would definitely be working even harder to avoid doing that. I just missed the signs at a few of the places, I guess, so we'll need to work on that. But yeah, unfortunately no calls for actual work from the cards yet. I've gotten a few calls from my Google ad that I have running right now, but none of them turned out to be anything. A couple of them were looking for like fertilization and aeration, and I don't have the equipment or the expertise for fertilization or the licensing. And for the aeration, I just don't have the equipment for it yet. So, yeah, those calls didn't lead anywhere, but we'll get there. Alright guys, check out what I just got in the mail. I've got 3 boxes of these new flyers here that I ordered off of printrunner.com, and they look pretty decent, I think. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how they work. I'm thinking maybe instead of trying to put all of these out on actual doors, I might send them, take them to the post office and have them deliver them for me, because I tell you what, to put out 3,000 of these guys hanging on doors and like punching holes in all of them and putting rubber bands through, that would take up a huge amount of time. But we'll see once again, guys, I got these off of printrunner.com. Go check them out. Prices are pretty decent compared to like Vistaprint. They're a lot cheaper. Like I had said in my other video, I prefer the design software on Vistaprint.com. I prefer it to the design software on printrunner.com. It's still decent on PrintRunner. I didn't use it personally. I used a computer program called GIMP. If you want to check it out, it's free. It's like a photo editing software kind of. It's like free Photoshop is what it is, and in there you can do whatever you want. So yeah, just check that stuff out if you're interested. I did this design all on GIMP, and yeah, I think it turned out all right. Not professional or anything, but I'm gonna take it. We'll see if it turns in any results for me. But yeah, GIMP is free. You can check that out, and yeah, it takes a little bit to get used to it. If you look up a few tutorials on YouTube, you get the hang of it in no time. So yeah, check that out. Well, I just talked to the people at the post office for the EDM, the guy who's in charge of that. And if you're going to do EDM, go through them first to have them printed up. What I did was I had this stuff printed up, and then I called them up, and they told me that they could either put the labels on them each, because they didn't print it up. Normally what they would do is, while they're printing them, put the labels on at the same time and just throw it in for free. But because I didn't do that, didn't go through them, they told me for 3,000 postcards I would be looking at least $100 just for labels from them, and that is with me putting them on myself. So like if I had them do it, they would charge labor yet too. And so yeah, it would be $100 just for labels, and then 20 cents per card to deliver them, plus a fee of $20 per post office that you would use to deliver them. So in my case, 3,000 cards, I would be using 2 post offices. So that would be another $40 right there. So I don't think that it's going to be real cost effective to do it that way. I might just have to go back to the old punch and stick rubber bands on them and just really work hard and put them out on doors by hand. It's going to take a long time, but I don't necessarily need to put them all out right away. Since I have a job lined up, it's not the end of the world if I don't get yards right away. You know what I'm saying? Like because I have work outside of my own business, it's not the end of the world if I don't get customers immediately. So because of that, it's kind of like a safety net, I guess. But yeah, so keep that in mind, guys. Oh, and you know that 3 big boxes full of postcards, 3,000 postcards, I actually took them over to my sister's house, and her kids, they love to help me out whenever they get the chance. And they nicely, I was surprised. I dropped them off over there. I said, hey, I can give just a little bit of money towards this. Don't feel rushed. I've still got a lot of other postcards to put out before these get done, but I dropped them off over there and told them, hey, if you get a chance and you feel like it, go ahead and punch these cards and rubber band them. And you know, I thought maybe in about a month or two they might have most of them done. They called me up like 3 days later and they have all of them done already. It's just ridiculous. They had a snow day at school the one day and they were bored, and they did all 3,000 of them. They said they only did it in 4 sittings, so they just really knocked them out. Well guys, that's all I have for you today. We're gonna keep on working towards getting some customers lined up. Still pretty early in the year. We're still getting a lot of snow on and off, and we're gonna keep working at it. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.